Today I want to tell you a cautionary tale where somebody tried to buy an account and the seller tried to scam them. And it isn't too surprising that the person who was doing the scamming is none other than the kingdom traitor, I Am Jolly. So stick around in this video for another juicy drama vid and a tale of caution about what could go wrong if you try to buy an account. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and about a month ago, Bunny sent me this information, and I've been sitting on it thinking, like, I don't know, man. Should I make this video? Should I not make this video? But finally, as I look at my roster of videos that I want to make, I realize that this is the kind of drama that you deserve, the kind of drama that you get out your popcorn for and you want to hear all about. So kick back, because I've got a story for you about account buying and selling. And before we get too embroiled in the details of this scam, it is important that I tell you that account selling and buying is against terms of service, and I'm pretty sure that if you were to try to talk about this in the official Rise of Kingdoms forum, you'll probably have your account blocked and banned from the forum. Don't test that. If you ever want to talk in official Rise of Kingdoms Discord ever again, like, don't test that theory. I'm pretty sure you get permabanned. And Lilith is, in theory, in part trying to protect you from scammers, like the situation I'm going to tell you about today, where I Am Jolly allegedly tries to scam somebody else. But also, I think the reason that someone would want to buy an account is pretty obvious. People sell accounts because they're done playing the game theoretically. And so all the value they've accumulated is worth a fraction to them of what it costs to actually accumulate. You know, the cost to actually make the account what it is way higher than what it would actually be worth to them to sell. So this is why that exchange is something that people, participate in. I know Omniarch made a video about this, and we all have, as he said once, content creator brain. We think about some of the same ideas because, we're looking at some of the same situations in game. But let me just show you exactly where, I think in the terms of service, it's pretty clear that you're not supposed to do this sort of thing. For those of you that haven't ever looked in the terms of service, you go to your settings, terms of service, little button in the bottom right here, you smash terms of service. And I looked at this before recording the video. I believe it was section 12. I'm no lawyer. I'm also not a journalist. This is not my superpower or specialty here. I'm just, a dude who plays mobile games, okay? But it says you cannot sell or transfer or attempt to sell or transfer virtual items or virtual currency, except blah, 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 and it goes on. I mean, you're not supposed to buy and sell the stuff in game, nor the account itself. I'm pretty sure that all falls into the same category of thou shalt not sell your virtual currency and virtual goods or your account. Of course, if you are a lawyer or you have better insight as to where this is exactly in the terms of service that you can't buy and sell accounts, definitely let me know down below in the comments. I'd be eager to look that up after you leave that comment. But just again, to be super clear, virtual items and virtual currency may never be redeemed by you for real-world money, goods, wares, merchandise, services, or anything of monetary value from Lilith or any other person. It is, as far as I can tell, fully against terms of service to buy and sell resources or to buy and sell accounts. Now, this is not judgment of people who do these things. This is a cautionary tale of what went wrong when somebody tried to buy an account and they got scammed. Let's get to the scam. So here we are. Someone had bought an account. They thought everything was well, and then strangely, they got this message. Your account has been banned. Ban reason. Your account is in dispute. Ban time, 20 days, 20 hours, 34 minutes, and 36 seconds. If you have any questions, contact customer service. So this is an exchange that was sent to Bunny, and then Bunny passed along to me, and I blocked out all the names because in this process, they reveal, I think, the real name of I Am Jolly, and I just don't think that that's appropriate to share, and physical location, so all that's blocked out. But the player reached out to customer service, and the customer service said, unfortunately, the account is attributed to other players saying the account belongs to them, and there's an account dispute. The account will be temporarily blocked. We need them to provide evidence to prove who the owner of the account is. Now, in this instance, what I believe the developers do is they look in part to who's got the bigger transaction history with the account or the older transaction history to prove who is or is not the owner of the account. I am only just guessing because this is not a process I've actually participated in. So this is the Discord conversation where I blocked out all the names here. white name that I have blocked out is the person who reached out to Bunny. The name in red and the things in red are related to I Am Jolly, who is that player who was a traitor in 254. And in green is, as far as I can tell, an account middleman who helps facilitate the deal, okay? So about 2 years ago, I bought Jolly's account. So this took place a while ago. So at some point, Jolly does, in fact, get his account back in this whole process. Maybe he buys it back. I don't know. But let's just read through the story here. So about 2 years ago, I bought Jolly's account. The middleman helped us do the transaction. Jolly is the original owner from this location named whatever. I thought that was important to block out. He is so smart. He had me write him a letter from my personal email to his PayPal account stating that I agree with all conditions of this fund transfer in PayPal and had me use a friend and family payment in PayPal. Now, as far as I can tell, instead of doing like a goods and service transaction, they opted for a friends and family. These are two transaction vehicles. Friends and family is like, hey, I'm giving some money to a friend. And I think there's less ability to claw back your money in that situation. Whereas if you're doing, a goods and services transfer, then I think you have more options as a purchaser of goods and services to potentially get a refund for your money, okay? So he had me use friends and family and PayPal. Now, after 2 months, I also bought another account, and I find out that it's just too much for me to play 2 big accounts. Man, must be tough to have all this money to go buy all these big accounts, let me tell you. So I decide to ask the middleman to help sell Jolly's account. Okay, so just to bring you to speed here, somebody bought Jolly's account, and they bought another account. They realize it's too much to play both accounts, so they have the middleman step in to do a sale of the Jolly account. Okay, we're clean here so far, understanding what's going on. Now, after 2 weeks, the middleman was able to sell the account to somebody else. And this, if you can believe it, is the starting line of the story. This is the beginning. So Jolly sold his account, okay, to somebody, and then that person sold it to somebody else. Okay, you can see how this is going to get a little bit complicated here. So now Jolly, who was the original account owner, still kept watch on the account. So the minute he saw that the account migrated to another kingdom, he filed an account dispute, and Lilith suspended the account, which is the picture I showed you right here. This is when they got a little bit confused. This all took place, by the way, in 2021. This was a while ago, and I'll talk about that more in just a second. So he first filed an account dispute, Lilith suspended the account, and me and the middleman helped the new buyer try to solve this issue by providing everything we have from Jolly. But he still can't unlock the account. And the only person who has more proof of purchase than us is, of course, Jolly. Remember, Jolly was the original person who owned the account. The person whose name is in white, I blocked all that out, bought it, and then they sold it to somebody else. So that somebody else is saying, hey, I can't do anything. The account is locked now. And now Jolly is trying to get control of the account again. Okay, that's a problem because Jolly theoretically has more proof that the account is theirs. At this point, the first person who bought the account contacted Jolly, the original account owner, and he avoided answering anything about the dispute and trying to return the account. But after a few days of discussion, I agree to return the money for the new buyer and to give the account back to Jolly, and he'll send the money back to me. So essentially, the person who bought the account from Jolly originally is saying, what if we reset the whole damn chain? Okay, I refund the person I sold the Jolly account to, you refund me, and you get your account back. So Jolly says, apparently, okay, I'll bite. He sends the money back in PayPal immediately, but it was that goods and services, not friends and family, which was a concern. It was a red flag to the person who was listed in white in this conversation. And he asks, why don't you, use friends and family? He said, oh, don't worry about it. Okay, well, a scammer would tell you not to worry about it. But so, he says I didn't trust him. So the middleman steps in, threatening him by filing a PayPal dispute of my original payment. So he ended up canceling the dispute, and Lilith unlocked the account. Okay. So just to summarize what's happened so far, because this is so insane. Somebody buys the account from Jolly. They buy another account, realize they can't play all these accounts. They sell it to somebody else. Then Jolly steps in because they see the account migrated and they strike, saying, "That's my account. He stole it from me." And Lilith locks up the account. So then everybody gets involved trying to refund all the transactions to reset this insanity. And then the middleman who facilitates all these exchanges, presumably for a cut, comes in and threatens to do some PayPal legal action, in which case Jolly says, "Fine, I won't pursue this any further," except he does. Somehow, Jolly still has a login to the account. So maybe he had some other device that he never logged out of, but he logged in every week to spend all the gems on the account. GG, so petty and effective. He began to message the new buyer in-game to purchase back the account. The new buyer was very upset with all this, and he didn't want to deal with Jolly. He had no credibility at all at the time. I mean, okay, well, we see how that has evolved. So me and the middleman helped the buyer go over again with Lilith to clear out all the login device, information from previous people and change the password. Since then, I didn't hear anything back from both Jolly and the new buyer. But somehow, if I'm not mistaken, either Jolly bought some other account before he came to 254, or he finally cracked this person, this I don't know, poor person down the road, 2 sales down the road that had bought Jolly's account and bought it back from him. I don't know which it is. But this whole thing should be a cautionary tale, that account buying and selling is extremely messy. And although it may seem like there is some big upside, okay, if you could actually buy somebody's account who has been playing the game for a long time, I think that the risks greatly outweigh whatever you think that upside might be, because the amount of drama that comes with an account that has potentially got somebody else's capability of restoring their access to the account is problematic. The number of ways this can go wrong, as far as I can tell, is as follows. Not only could they do what happened here, where they actually already still have a device logged in, somehow they're able to get back in there and cause problems, but also they could just refund all their old purchases. Now, you may remember the refund scam, which I covered in depth in a couple other videos. Card is going to be in the end screen in just a second to remind you of that whole nightmare. Now, theoretically, with some additional investigative journalism, I probably could go in and interview a bunch of people, try to figure out if the account IDs are actually I Am Jolly's and it was really him that's responsible for all this scamming. But I mean, it's not exactly material, and the warning I'm trying to give you here, which is that account buying and selling is extremely risky. I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm just letting you know that I don't think it's a particularly safe transaction, and it's strictly speaking, as far as I can tell, although I am no lawyer, against terms of service. If you want to see more information about scams and Rise of Kingdoms so you can protect yourself, there'll be 2 cards in the end screen, here and here. Subscribe if you haven't for more drama videos about Rise of Kingdoms.